Okay, I'm going to try this again after the crash of the computer. To try and have a go with Haldir. We've now done the metal work on both Haldir and Elrond. So what we're looking for is a bright silver tending towards a kind of off tan silver, almost a copper colour. Oops, not that close. Almost a copper colour. And everything else that's dead silver, silver. Maybe some gold. Yeah, gold on the forearm bracelet. So let's start with the gold. So a Yandan yellow is what we're going to start with. Yeah, let's do all of that. Gold. What else is gold on him? Gold trim around the it's actually a gold trim. And then a bit of gold there. Bit of gold in the trim there. What about the bow? A gold bow or... Yeah, gold bow. The sword will also have, let's go gold hilt for the sword. Do a bit of gold work on the sword there. Right, this has all got gold trim as well. Now, I'm not going to be too amazingly careful on those bits because it's ultimately going to have the wildwood coming down onto it. So I'm just going to get this gold onto it to start with. Okay, that's Haldir's gold. Right, now this has got a gold shine, so I'm going to go in with the gold in here, or yellow, as you can see it is yellow. And then immediately I'm going to get that apothecary white and go in with that. And hopefully what else will do, this will give it a kind of duller gold shine, is the hope. still needs to be kind of like a. I'm just looking at the wetter art actually of how it looks. Okay, this would also be gold. So all of this is done with Iyanden yellow. And now that's all going to be silver. Right. Now it's a very bright silver. So I'd normally here go with Basilican and Grey. I'm a bit sceptical about doing that. The main reason why is because this might come out too dull. But no, we're gonna do it. We want it to be realistic. So actually, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to mix the Basilican and Grey. I think I'll be able to mix with, if we use Basilican and Grey, and then the medium, that'll lighten it up plenty to hopefully give us some contrast to the metal, but hopefully not too much. Well, that's yeah, nice. So obviously the classic idea is null. I just think the Basilican and Grey and the contrast paints work better. And the medium obviously acting like water, so it's like making a wash version of the contrast paint. Right, and now I want to get some orange, I think. Yeah, some orange onto that chainmail skirt. And then just use the there we go. Looks good. Now there is gold trim around the bow handle itself, so I'm going to need to do that next. So let's get back some more lead belcher. Okay, awesome. Just get some yellow in there. Missed a bit under his hand there. Is in there. Just need to put a bit yellow. That'll do. I mean, let's just get a bit of colour in there. Awesome. So we've nearly done the contrast base for Haldir now. And while waiting for that metal to dry, let's get Elrond back. And Elrond now needs his metal work done. So, looking gold. Apart from the blade. Everything is gold apart from the blade. Oh, no, the chainmail wouldn't be gold. It's a different sculpt. I'm gonna do that gold. Right, let's have these shorter parts gold. Actually, it's not. Most of it isn't gold at all. Most of it's going to be silver. Well, let's go in with the silicon grey mix I've just made. Kind of silicon and grey wash. And the blade itself. Okay. Hey Chaos, contrast at the moment, but about to go on to layering with normal paints, traditional paints, to give the extra, just to show kind of like how I would normally tackle a miniature. Okay, let's grab Haldir back. Okay, so this is Haldir at the moment. So, I want to kind of sort him out and make him a bit. Let's start with just finishing off that gold on the handle of the bow. And literally you can just, oops, that's way too much paint. Okay. Right, so I think I'm going to tackle this cloak first of all. So this is where we put our contrast paints away. I think we're pretty much okay with most of that. The only thing I want to do is Elrond's eyebrows. I'm going to put the rest of the contrast paints away. I'm going to get our normal paints out if I can find them. Okay, so we've got our normal paints, and we're looking at Methystem Red, a classic. Ah. Awesome chaos. Yeah, get painting. You can have me on in the background, and then let's just crack on with your own paints. Oh dear. Maybe not this Methystem Red. Now, this goes to show how long I haven't used these paints for. They're not looking so great. No, that has well and truly gone. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully the rest of the paints are right. Let's try a really old Citadel foundation. Now, Methystem Red is very old, to be fair. So, look at that. You grab the old paints and they're as good as the day you got them. God, this is an old one, isn't it? I've got some pretty old paints. That's one. Look at this. Commando khaki. And they're still great. The paints are actually still really good. This is how they used to do paints as well. That's such a good pot. Why did they change? Oh well. Anyway, enough of reminiscing. Let's get painting. Okay, so we're going to go in with Mech Red, which you probably can't even buy anymore. And this is the wet palette. So I'll go over here so you can see. So I'm going to put my red there. And then we ultimately want to get a bit lighter and lighter and lighter. So actually, I think I will use the Wraithbone as a white to get lighter. So I put my Wraithbone there, and I want a bit of yellow in there as well. Well, not yellow as such. Yundan Dark Sun. Well, how long does it take to dry up like that? Well, this is an older paint than this, and they've been stored in the exact same place. And the lid has not been open on this. That's just bizarre. I don't know what happened to this. I've got to be honest. I'm not really sure. But they can last for years and years and years. I mean, there we go, look. This is fine as well. And this is... I can't tell you how old these paints are. These are ancient. I can't remember when they used Citadel Foundation. That's the colours. Right, so now you blend on your wet palette. Okay, so the idea is if you've got this kind of semi-porous, I guess you can call it, tracing paper on the top, and then you've got bit like kitchen roll on the bottom. So let's bring a bit of the yellow, bit of the white, and then just start to do some gradients down. So ultimately, this is what I'm going to be painting. A bit more yellow. Keep the vibrancy. Okay. Could have done with the Methystem Red anyway, but let's see what this one looks like. Okay, so I'm going to start by that's a bit unprofessional, some would say. There's still a bit of the moulding part there. Kind of get over that. And just go in over a fair amount of it. I need to get a smaller brush really. Actually, before I done this, I should have gone in with the wash. Now I've literally just started. I've just realised. That's right, I can still go in with the wash. Because I want to darken up that red. It's too bright. No, they shouldn't. I mean, I did have literally all of my pots of paints inside, but in direct sunlight, and I think it ruined quite a few of them, and it looks like the red went from that. So it was my fault. It should be absolutely fine if you just do it normally. Right, so to do this cloak and to really get some darkness into it, I'm going to go in heavy with the Nuln Oil. Well, not heavy. I'm going to go in with the Nuln Oil. So Nuln Oil is a wash, a shade, as they call it, from Citadel. And I'm literally going to just go in there pretty liberally, which I completely forgot to do before I started starting the highlighting layers. Because Middle Earth's not exactly cartoon, is it? So it needs to be. Ooh, I can also get in there as well, which would be quite handy. Better. So that's now looking a bit duller, a bit darker. Let's go around the midriff. Do the same, make sure we've done all the cloak. Right, that's better. That already is starting to look better as a cloak. We do need to highlight it up. I'm really now annoyed. I've left, you can see it there. Just left that. Oh, it's alright. It's right at the end of it. Okay, so that's the non-oil done. What about his hair? Hair is a kind of very bright blonde. Yeah, very bright blonde. So let's use a bit of let's get this yellow, which is Jarl yellow. Look at that. Iyanden dark sun. It's like Iyanden yellow. Amazing. You can see here the yellow is absolutely fine. So for some reason the Methystem Red went, but not sure why. And then we need some. Let's go more white. Let's go with the Corax white. So do you wash first, then paint? Yeah, apply your wash before you start layering, yes. Agrax Earthshade is more of a brown colour. Non-oil is black. Pure black wash. It's like a black ink wash. Whereas Agrax Earthshade, which is a fantastic wash, by the way, and I haven't got a lot of it left, it's more of a brown. It's more of a dark brown colour. I think I've got a... Yeah, I need some... Ooh, why did I order... never mind. Anyway, moving on. So, what was this one? I need to do hair. So let's mix up some of this Corax white with some of this yellow. Let's see what we got. So we're just picking up some strands. Let's go lighter again. So a bit more Corax white with that. And again, just trying to pick up the highlighted areas. Now he's actually got dark eyebrows, believe it or not, which is a bit weird. So maybe go in with a bit of brown. I think I'll go with more Fang brown. I'm going to put some yellow. Needs to be darker than that, actually. Just using a real basic acrylic for the black. Needs to be a lot darker than that. So it is literally looks like a black. I can't see a thing. Don't like that one. That first eyebrow I did was terrible. Actually, I don't know why I'm doing this now anyway. I've got to do all the skin. In fact, let's move on to the skin. So, tell you what, I haven't done normal paints for so long. So Kislev Flesh is a great colour to do with skin. Let's bring this over here. We've got some yellow we can add to that. Some white. Okay. Is that too yellow? No, that might be alright actually. So just gonna pretty much redo the skin here. Really just pick out the highlighted areas. This is it, wasn't it? Isn't it? Okay, let's go lighter again. Let me go over that. Redo the eyebrow. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. The contrast skin did alright. Just needed a bit of. Just wanted to give it a little bit more of a highlight, lighten it up a little bit. Move on to these kind of like archy bits, which need to actually be brown in colour. So we're going to back to contrasts with the snakebite leather. I'm just going to put this kind of brown tint onto the metalwork. The same for his arms as well. I think they were supposed to be. Oh no, not. Just these. Well, that does look pretty cool. Okay. Will do. So Haldir's hair is now done. Oh, no. But his hair's now done. His skin is now done. A lot of his armour's done. We really need to get that red cloak highlighted up. We're just waiting for that null to dry. And we'll wait for his skin to dry. Let's move on to Elrond. Back to Elrond. Now, the beauty of that black contrast is you don't have to do anything to it. That's just come out really, really nice. Which is good. I would say, to be completely honest, I would say his skin tone is absolutely fine. I don't think I actually need to do anything. No, I'm pretty happy with that. He does need some snakebite leather around his belt, which I've completely forgot about. But other than that, I think Elrond is... done. I just don't like that bit around his ear. It needs a bit more black temple around that. Just behind the ear there. Obviously, we need to do his eyebrows and everything else, so let's get on with that. Being an elf, he's got thin eyebrows, so I'm happy with that. Then, what I'll do with this is we'll start with some Nuln Oil. I'll just put into the eyes. Well, not like that. And once that's dry, we'll hit him with some white and get some eyes done. Right, Haldir, how are you doing? Let's do those eyebrows properly. So I think I will have the kind of bit more browny than I had before. Right. That's it. Right, he's ready for his eyes as well. Now the eyes are pretty small, so I'm going to have to go to my Psycho brush. Yeah, this is the Wargamer Psycho. No idea what size that is. It's small. Let's go in with Wraithbone. I'm sorry if this is off camera, I'm just trying to see that. How's that? Can't see because of... Yep, that looks pretty good. In fact, he's actually looking down the side of the arrow. Just for the nature of the cast of the model, so I'm not actually going to need to bother about any pupils for that one. It's pretty good. Okay, that's that one. Still got to do his cloak, remember. But while I've got the brush out, let's carry on with these eyes. Don't know how that's coming out. Let's have a little look. He's looking pretty good. Let's give him some teeth as well while I've got this brush out. Nice. Okay, he will need some pupils. Yeah, yeah. Commission on paints, that'd be alright, wouldn't it? You don't need to buy all the paint straight away. That's just slowly as you go. Right, should we do this cloak? I think Nolnile's pretty much done. Actually, let's just do this guy's pupils. Elrond's pupils. I don't know what colour Elrond's eyes are. I think brown. So I've got a little brown black mix here. Right, this is where I might start to need to use a magnifying glass. Did that just go all over his eye? Have I done them? Oh, I can't see a thing. It's pretty good. It's looking slightly down, but pretty happy with that. Did it even hit the other eye? Looks like it did. Okay. Elrond's done. Apart from the base, of course, which I'm not going to be doing on this video. Let's go over to his cloak again. Now this, let's give it some more. This is going to be, I think it should be about right. I think I need some more water on this. Yep, bear with me 2 seconds while I quickly just get some more moisture on my wet palette. Right, okay. So I think we'll have to remix this. A bit of that. A bit more white. Let's give me a bigger brush out. Okay. Right. So, a bit of edge highlighting. Sorry, let's get on camera. Right, let me need to. Okay. Right, let's go to lighter. So, picking up the main highlights now. Always make sure you've not put it on too thick, and it is quite a thin layering. Scale melt, yeah, it's just what do I use? Orange. It's just the usual metal technique that I've been doing with all the SFB miniatures. Ah, see, that is actually yeah, that's right. Maybe go a touch lighter again. Just really try and pick out some of those main reds that just would catch the light, especially the edge. I think that needs a bit of better. Okay, and there we go. That's Haldir finished. At the moment, they're the only two elves I've got for well, other than Legolas. This is a metal miniature, so it just goes to show you can contrast work equally as well on metal smaller miniatures. And that is the two elves all done, apart from bases. Obviously massively white bases aren't ideal, and that was mostly contrast, but certainly using a bit of wash. I mean, Elrond was, apart from what did I do that wasn't contrast, just his eyes really. So Elrond was pure contrast. Haldir, I wanted to get that skin a bit better than what it came out like, and obviously the cloak, I mean, that was a bit of a, yeah, I don't really mind. The cloak to get a little bit more darker than that red that comes out from Blood Angel's Red. Okay, so that was an offshoot of painting SFB, and we moved on. I love that miniature. So slightly different colour tones from that, but that was painting some Lord of the Rings SFB. I'm planning to paint a bit more of that, so I might do a few more live streams with Lord of the Rings, and certainly may do some playthroughs as well later, once I've got through my super fancy brawl list and of things to paint. Well, thanks for watching, and if you want to see some more Lord of the Rings SFB painting, be sure to subscribe, like, and do comment.